Welcome to class. Ms. Tessler here. Take a moment to think about the ways you have modeled fractions so far. Maybe you thought of the tape diagram, maybe you thought of the area model. Today, we're going to relate the tape diagrams to the number line and use the number line to show equivalent fractions. Here's what you'll need today. Pause the video to gather materials. Ready, set, let's go. Remember to pause the video when you need time to think, write, or draw. Let's get started. First, you'll draw a tape diagram like mine to show 1. Then, partition the tape diagram into halves and shade 1/2. Next, you will decompose halves to make fourths. When you do that, how many fourths will be shaded? Go ahead and decompose into fourths. Two fourths. Write what we just did as a multiplication number sentence. This number sentence shows what we just did. We doubled the number of units that are shaded, as well as the number of units in the whole. Now I wonder, how many eighths make 1/2? Next, decompose the fourths to make eighths. Then tell me how many eighths are shaded. Four eighths are shaded. Now write a multiplication number sentence to show that 2 fourths and 4 eighths are equal. This number sentence shows how we decomposed fourths into eighths. Again, we doubled the number of units. Now, use a ruler to draw a number line slightly longer on both ends than the tape diagram. If you don't have a ruler, a straight edge is okay too. We'll relate the fractions on this number line to where they're represented on the tape diagram. It's like we're flattening it out from a two-dimensional shape, a rectangle, to a one-dimensional figure, a straight line. Label points 0 and 1 so they align with the ends of the tape diagram like this. Where is 1/2 on this number line? Label 1/2 on the number line. Now, decompose the number line into fourths. What is equivalent to 2 fourths on the number line? One-half, just like we showed on the tape diagram. Finally, decompose the number line into eighths. What is 4 eighths equivalent to on the number line? It's equal to 1/2 and also to 2 fourths. We can write that like this. 1/4 equals 2 fourths equals 4 eighths. Explain what happened on the number line as you decomposed this half. Each time we decomposed, we doubled the number of units and made each unit smaller. We can see that there are 2/4 that are the same length as 1/2 and 4/8 that are the same length as 1/2. Did you notice how decomposing the number line and decomposing the tape diagram are alike? Decomposing the number line was just like the tape diagram, but instead of having length and width, it just has length. It would be like sharing a long strip of licorice or a length of string with someone. Great job so far. We're going to keep practicing with number lines. You can continue to visualize the tape diagram in your mind as we go if it's helpful for you. Find space for the next problem. Draw a new number line. Partition this number line into thirds. Now, decompose 1/3 into 4 equal parts. Great! What new unit did we just create? Write a number sentence using multiplication to show what fraction is equivalent to 1/3 on this number line. Great! It's just like the area model and the tape diagram. We made more smaller units, but the length stayed the same instead of the area staying the same. When we decomposed the third into 4 parts, we got 4 times as many selected units. If we decompose all of them, we would have 4 times as many units in the whole. If 4/12 is equal to 1/3, then how many twelfths are equal to 2/3? 3/3? 8/12 and 12/12. Now, think backwards. How would we describe this using division? Write the equivalence as a number sentence using division. Here it is. Explain what this division sentence tells us. This division sentence shows us how we can compose to make a larger unit. Maybe you were thinking that grouping together 4 of the smaller segments, the twelfths, makes 1 of the longer segments, 1/3. When we put the twelfths in groups of 4, we end up with 3 groups, 3 units to make the whole. How are you doing so far? We'll practice one more number line together. Draw one more number line. Partition it into fifths, label it, and locate 2/5. When you have an odd number of parts to create, how do you draw it? After labeling 0 and 1 whole, I like to create the part in the middle, then split the other sections, like this. Drawing these models takes practice. It's okay if your sections aren't perfect. Just do your best to create equal parts. We're going to decompose 2/5 into 6 equal parts. First, think and maybe tell me out loud, what will your strategy be? Watch mine first. I will make each fifth into 6 equal parts. That looks like a lot. Now, how many parts do I have in 2/5? 6 plus 6. I have 12. That's too many. I made a mistake that time, but no worries. While I erase, can you figure out what I should do instead? Okay, what do you think? Yeah, if we need to decompose 2 units into 6 parts, how many parts should each unit have? Each of the 2 units should be split into 3 because 2 threes make 6. Now, write a number sentence using multiplication to show this decomposition and to show what fraction is equivalent to 2/5. Great! By creating 3 equal parts in each fifth, we make 15 in the whole. And 2/5 is equivalent to 6/15. Can you fill in the rest of the equivalent 15ths on the number line? Finally, pick another fraction on the number line with the unit 15ths. Write a number sentence using division to show what fraction with fifths it's equivalent to. By writing a division sentence, we show how the smaller units, 15ths, are composed to make the larger unit, fifths. Here's one example showing that 9/15ths is equivalent to 3/5. Which equivalent fractions did you show? Whichever you chose, we should both have the numerator and denominator divided by 3. Excellent work today. You are ready to try the problem set on your own. The must-do problems are on the screen. Set a timer or watch the clock for 10 minutes and work on these problems. If you finish the must-do problem,